games get boring to me way too fast. I mean, that's absolutely a problem. Popularity is a factor too, yes, because if you can't find opponents on ranked, the game is kind of miserable, right? But fortunately, games like Tekken and Street Fighter, etc., it's easy to find players on ranked, so they're the ones that are the easiest to play online. So yes, having good netcode and having a good online player base is very, very important. There's a lot of outside factors. But
hello everyone, it's your favorite FGC VTuber. So as you can tell by today's title, we are going to be talking about Discord fighters are brutal. This is a bit of a thing before. I've actually talked about Discord fighters before and why I personally don't like them or play them. Go feel free to check that out, and also people who try to defend that stuff. But it's a bit of a rant on the state of Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, and you can see the player base is not that big. But also, like, I seen this randomly pop up when I was going, and just made me, you know what? I think it's a perfect time to make a video like this. And well, let me just first start off by reading it, and it says, Discord fighters are brutal. I started playing Samurai Shodown 2019 a month ago, a Discord fighter, and the amount of unhappiness that causes me is crazy. There are so few players in the Discord, and the ones that play are pretty experienced. There are some beginners, but they seem to come and go. I think they have the same experience that I've been having, where they play someone experienced, go 0-30, and decide, it isn't working, it isn't worth it anymore, and move on to a new game. The long wait times between games is killer as well. Sometimes I log on, play someone who isn't that good, I still lose horribly, like 8-2, and then the other person leaves, I send out a message for games on the Discord, and oh, interesting. Where is this? I gotta find the original thread. Let me go look for it real quick. Okay, I found the original post. Thank God I actually checked. That was weird. But yeah, here's the original post. And again, going back, the long wait time, yep. The long wait times between the other person, I send a message for the games on the Discord, and it's just radio silence for hours. Yep. No players. I have to sit there and think about how bad I played. There are no other games to join in an attempt to redeem myself or distract myself from that embarrassing performance. That is very true. Another issue is that Samurai Shodown is a very honest game, so when I lose, it's because the other person outsmarted me. If you don't lose at that game, it's because of the controls are too hard, or because you needed to learn frame data or every move. There aren't you don't lose at that game yet. There aren't any throw loops. There aren't any skip neutral to do 50-50 mechanics. No, when you lose, it's because you suck. The other player outsmarted you. There aren't really any excuses in that game. That's actually really true. So, KOF games in general are pretty honest. I call them all KOF because the same shit. That's what I was talking about. Speaking of this game, for the most part, is pretty much around the same. But yeah, Samurai Shodown specifically, no, like that's 2 footsies. That's like slow footsies. Anyways. But so everything he's saying is pretty true, but I think the general sentiment is the same for a lot of fighting games. But later on, as you get better, you realize, oh no, there's some bullshit. But for this one, it's immaculately true. And then it says, so I asked myself, why am I doing this? I do not wish to be pro. I haven't played a fighting game since 2013. Yes, I can become good at the game with enough work, but why? It's a fighting game. Should I really invest this much time into a video game? What for? Yeah, no. And then it says, the first most important reason to play a video game is to have fun. When you don't have fun, you don't play the game. It's that simple. Yeah, though it's not the game problem, it's a mismatch problem. Yeah. And yeah, no, and this is the main thing I really want to get across, probably the last video I'll do, is that this is the problem with any fighting game that need the big three, is that you have to put in effort, and most people won't put in the kind of effort, right? Again, same thing with the James Chen clip I put earlier. People get better, like, for example, look at COD. That has an esports scene, it has whatever, but it does enough to keep someone around in case, the online itself isn't even that good, but in which case we do know the online's, it's still not that good. But I mean, yeah, Codes and Honorable, what are your guys' thoughts on Discord fighters and the funny little thing I just said? So we got
Discord fighters.
Yeah. Have you had a similar experience as well?
Step outside.
Like, cause no, I honestly, this again, you guys, this what he's saying is 1-to-1. Especially to me, the thing is, Discord. First of all, there's so little people, and you gotta remember, and the thing is, again, check out Max's video. He did a great job conveying of what it means to be a casual, whatever. Heck, I can get the chart real quick for you guys. And yeah, I outside of like games that I compete in, I'm definitely just like a casual or intermediate. Like, I don't really want to go out of my way to get better or put in time. I just want to hop on, find a match and play. And again, that's so true. Like everything he said was perfect. Like, if you go for a mad loss, whatever, you just want to go to the next one. And another thing to notice is that, like, that sucks. Even if they're better, worse, whatever, the match is so laggy and unplayable. And especially to me, once you get good enough, you can't stand laggy ass matches, And Street Fighter 6 ruined me with finding matches in like 0.20 seconds. But hopefully I can find this chart. Yeah, here's the chart. Here's the chart, you guys. See, look at how many, like, casual, whatever. And this is the accurate one, Max's one. This is really where it's at. And the reality is, you're either here or here when you at least play fighting games, right? To get time and whatever to even reach here. But at the end of the day, you start here. I say it all the time. Like, we're all novices. We're all scrubbed. Like, that's the best way to get better, is realize, yo, I suck dick. If you're actually, you're here, or even here, you know you will be here when you start any new fighting game. You just go past this ladder very fucking fast. But getting past that means you have to actually enjoy the game in the first place, right? And yeah, no, this to me, like, or even getting on a Discord, right? Like, you would see new people, but then they would leave just as quickly as they come. That's why when we have newbies. The thing is, the problem with that statement is that they can only be a newbie for so long, and if they are, it's like they're gonna stay stuck there. And to me, I have the problem as someone who is basically, let me get that chart again. Good God. I am overall here, like straight up, there's no cap. I'm pro as fuck. I am pro as shit. I'm MLG as shit. Ain't no bullshit when I can almost win all these fucking games. It's no bullshit, right? At worst, you could say fucking here. So that means in all the other games, I will always get here, at the very least here. Like, I go from novice to intermediate immaculately quick. So I have a unique problem. And again, some people maybe play enough, whatever, it doesn't matter. But when you're here, so the main thing is you're either here, you're a top novice or low intermediate. That means the majority of the new people will just suck. Like, they are just straight up worse than you. Like, this is a cap. So what he's saying is true. Even if you're here, you will reach the top novice to low intermediate very quickly. That means any quote new players, whether they are or not, are just straight up, they're just worse than you. So it's not fun to beat up, on bronze players when you're like a silver or gold. And then you feel even worse if you lose to one. I mean, me personally, I don't really care. That's just me, because again, when you have the pro mindset, like, you already know you're good. You don't have that, the ego thing. But if you're here, you kind of want to try to get up here. But for me, it's like, no, I don't care about losing to them. It's just not fun, because I want to play at least up here, but I'm stuck playing motherfuckers out here and shit. But then I'm here, and here's the thing. So we have this chart. The way Discord fighters are more like right here. This is where they're really at. Half of the people playing any quote that game, like, most of them just suck. And so now you're here. The amount of intermediate players you find is really fucking small. The amount of, and it's funny, in my opinion, it's more like this chart. There are far more quote pros and advanced players than there are intermediates. And the thing is, just to even get to advanced or to pro, it takes time. So, like, if you're intermediate, like, it's like so thin. Like, it's a weird thing where you put intermediate and it's like thin, and there's way more pro nooblets and way more advanced players than you, and even pros, right? Like, the best way to put it, how is like, I was streaming, and bro, the amount of people, like one of them was one of the best Waldstein players. Like, oh, he popped on, I had a good match, whatever. No biggie. It's like, it shouldn't be that easy to find your random stream and have one of the best of that game and then notice. It's like any other genre, hell no. Daigo and Snake Eyes ain't coming to your fucking stream to beat you in Street Fighter. Fuck no. Which, by the way, the pros are usually always really, really cool people. Shout outs to them. But it's some of the advanced players that are really toxic, oddly. I mean, who would have guessed? But yeah, no. So it's a thing where, like, it's such a small batch pool, and that you, especially if intermediate, which you, again, if you are playing enough time, whatever, that's why these new players, either they leave because they don't want to put in effort, or they can't find anyone at their level, or they do reach intermediate and then they fuck off because they're like, well, now I don't really have anyone to play at my level. And this is the other thing is, okay, we have all these numbers, we have intermediates. Finding the time to have people to play, like, it's easier in games that populate, because here's the thing, you're already on the game. You and your other dude have already mutually agreed, oh, we're playing. But on a Discord, first of all, sometimes people don't want to bother other people, especially if you're not friends. It can be a bit awkward, especially knowing how younger people are, whatever. But we do have matches, whatever. And okay, I check it out in other Discords, and then usually, again, we're spread out. We have people from Chicago, New York, California, Japan to Europe. Those are 4 very different time zones. So finding people, okay, you can kind of schedule, and sometimes the thing is, like, unless it's a big thing or whatever, no one's trying to schedule anything. Just look at what happened. Just look at streamers who already play all fucking day. You have to schedule them for, okay, we're going to do something, right? Like, and especially if it's not a priority. At the end of the day, here's the thing. Those people that are already like that, they're already at the top, right? At the top, right? They're already, to them, it is the priority. It's the main thing. But for you, it's like, oh, I just play under Nanosai, right? Like I said, we're casuals. Like if you casually play fighting games, which is, again, at least half of the people, like, Discord fighters are just, that's why I never recommend Discord fighters. But if you at least care a little bit half more, then okay, it's 50-50, but then at that point, you play with your friends. And then it's, okay, like, again, these homies, like, these 3, I can play under night with them, no problem. But it's like, there's a bunch of other shit we would just rather play. And that's why, to me, it's like, that's the best thing is, if you do play, whatever, having friends is one of the most important things, hands down. Because I already know my homie schedules, this and that. And we know what game we're going to play. And even then, we already see how many times people, oh, we're trying to get a raid for insert game here. Just sometimes getting that shit together is a motherfucker. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys want to add to that, Mr. Honorable?
I was gonna say just like Brian Nev said it himself during like a DBZ like tournament. Just like casuals don't want to get steamrolled. Like if someone is better than you, you don't get to play.
Yeah, no, for sure, and and that's the thing. I mean, again, the pros realize this, why they try to host again beginners tournaments, and Discord Smart are very cool. But the thing is, those only capture to like the audience of insert YouTuber here and shit, right? That's a whole nother problem on its own, right? But to me, it's just like no one like, you know what I'm saying. I don't want to put in effort just to go find matches. That's really primarily what it is for me, outside of the bad experience.
There are people like you who are like, oh man, I want to play people on my level, but no one's at my level. So I'm going to train people to be at my level so I can play with them.
True. That is very true. Absolutely. Yeah, no, he's right. Yeah. And again, some of there's a lot of guides. Again, shout outs to one of the Under Night communities. They have a guide, this and that. But you just even getting to that level, especially for other people, like, again, I read the frame data, this and that. But trying to find people to play is already hard enough. And here's the thing, like he said, I mean, I already train people and whatnot. I mean, and again, I'm in a unique scenario where, I mean, I train people. It's good for other people, but for me, like, dude, I can train you as much as you want. You're not getting to my level in less than a year. Fuck no. And we're talking about Inter right now. The three of us in this goddamn fucking chat. There could be a fighting game that comes up right the fuck now. Give me 1 to 3 days. They're not touching me unless they practice for a year. That's just the reality. I'm in the minority though. Like, I get godlike, but for everybody else, you'll be fine. So that's the other thing. You need the top 1% to train everybody else. Because if we get, let's say, the casual person, probably most people listening to this, same thing. You're not beating those two unless you get into a fucking year. You know? You're struggling with quarter circles. They can do quarter circles. I'm sitting here doing car cancels and fucking charge partitionings. These fuckers can't do that shit. And that shit takes literal years to get the hang of.
Nah, dog. Just need to be able to read and, well, you're unbeatable.
That does help. But I would say it is nicer because they could definitely teach other people and they could get you up to their level fairly enough, right? But the other thing is too with other casuals is that casuals don't like fucking with Discord. Like, you guys have no idea. Like, non-core gamer, like, you'd be surprised. Like, the only people I know that fuck with Discord already fuck with Discord, and I've had to get like other people like, yeah, they just straight up. The thing is, we don't realize, again, the majority, they, even if they do, it's only because a friend, this, that, whatever. Like, they really don't like fucking with Discord. They really, really fucking don't. So that's why I said it only makes sense for people like, if you were, it's not even join a Discord. Join the Discord of a YouTuber streamer, you know, because see, when he's live, then everybody knows, and then everybody wants to play with that dude. That's probably, in my opinion, a much better solution. Oddly, is streaming Discords. Like, the Discords for them. Fuck the fighting game ones. Those only apply to people like us that are already in the FGC, but it doesn't fucking help us, you know. But yeah, no. I mean, anything else? Because what Code said is very true. That is very good. That there are people like me that bring them up to a level. But even then, like I said, the reality with that situation is, if you're good enough to teach, the problem is you have to really dedicate yourself. I mean, again, the pro players, like, again, if you're again, Under Night homies, they will totally do it. But again, and I agree, even for me, I don't want to sit there and get my ass beat for 30 matches. The only way is if I really love the game. And the thing about that is that, and this is the beauty of fighting games, right? And Discord fighters make sense. It's for that 1%. Because like, Third Strike is a game I don't mind getting my ass beat. I fucking love Third Strike. I don't like Under Night like I like Third Strike. And that's the thing. Like, you're not going to find a lot of people that, one, are willing to put their ego aside, let alone find the fun of the game. Like, most people, especially for games like Under Night, don't like long combos or long strings. I hate that shit. I fucking hate throw looping too. If Street Fighter 6 wasn't as popular or whatever, I wouldn't have fucked with that shit either. I hate fucking throw loops. But I love Street Fighter 3 Third Strikes. MVC 3, I love that game casually. You got me fucked up ever playing that shit competitive, bro. I don't feel like getting one touched. That shit's stupid as fuck. You know, there are certain PPs that people have, and especially if you're a beginner, like, you're new to fighting games, you don't know what annoys you about fighting games yet. I know what I don't like in fighting games. Sam Show.
Actually, like, one itty bitty step above, like, a normie. Like, well, once you become, like, low tier garbage like I am, you start noticing things about games that you're like, wow, this is horrible. How have I never noticed?
Yeah.
Like the whole
Yeah.
boost input, Street Fighter 6.
Or the delay, just how laggy games can be.
Like, I'm still pretty chill with, like, even if I lose like 30 times in a row, but like, if I miss an input or the game misses an input, I'm like, oh, kind of pissed now.
Yep, and that's the thing about Discord fighters. Like, if they're non-rollback games, which a huge majority of them are, it makes it even more brutal. Which that means if someone's far away from you, good luck having a good fucking match. But yep. Anything else, Mr. Honorable? I feel it's a really good video to do today.
Give us your wisdom. Speak your truth.
Anything else you want to add, Codes? Because, like, yeah, so seriously, just Discord fighter. Like, I'm not saying get rid of them, by the way. They have a place and they still stick around. But I think some of the people in the community need to realize that Again, yes, they are dead games. Go check out that video. And hey, do what you could. Again, I'm always in support. I've never once in my videos have I said, oh, don't stop doing this. What's the point? Like, no, I'm just saying, be realistic. Do not convince someone $60 to buy your dead ass game that they'll play for 3 days.
Discord Fighters, great game if you want to pick up like some random indie game. Like, oh, you love it.
True.
but
Oddly, yeah, no,
nobody else.
look. Yeah, no, for sure, for
But
sure.
like crap, like well-known competitive junk, like Discord Fighters are kind of, eh.
No, that's actually a great way to put it. Yeah, oddly, like some of the more niche or unknown fighting games have much better Discord. Like, 'cause I don't know, it's weird. That's actually really fucking true. Like the Naruto fighter for the Wii had a pop in Discord. Damn, I never noticed
Like-
that shit.
You know what's weirdly in that position right now?
Mm.
DNF. DNF is
True.
like a good game, but like you can still find a small community to play with, so it's still there.
Oddly, and also out of all the Discord fighters, I would say they're top tier Discord fighter. Like Fatal Fury and DNF, they're games you can hop online and you can find matches. Like you don't even need the Discord. Like I feel like that's a really good spot to be in. It's not the worst, right? It's bad when you're like, again, like other games like, oh, let's say like CVS, Chaos, or Under Night, where a lot like you're like, oh, you're as well known as these other bigger fighters, but your Discord is like again, no offense to Under Night, but like as far as for like, oh, no,
Yeah,
that shit's trash.
DNF, Grand Blue,
Trash.
you know, those are what I consider them. It's not quite the same meaning as yeah, but those are more like they're not competitive gaming, they're party games.
True, yeah, true.
Like, is that the same meaning as like a normal party game, like Smash and crap like that? Like, no, but like it's a fun little game where people aren't sweating.
It's funny. I mean, Grand Blue, they definitely do sweat, sadly. And then, I just made me realize, I think why the indie fighters are better at Discord fighters is because no one's sweating. No one's really trying. I think it's these other games, like in DNF there are sweat, but like, you kind of just realize it. It's like, but in Grand Blue, like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say, like, if you're closer to trying to be mainstream, then that means you're segregating your player base more. It's the same thing why I said, like people just need to play other shit, and then why COD isn't a bad state is because most of the people are just actually good. And the thing is, bro, most games just become less fun when you get good. Like, unless the game is really solid and you have a good, again, look at Street Fighter and COD. Like, there's a certain scene, and again, the game's enjoyable at high level, then okay, whatever. But if not, it's like, yeah, that's like, because there are other ones. Like, it all really depends, right? To me, it depends how hard or how much bullshit. Like I said, best example, MVC3 and Uni. Again, I love both of them. But they are not the same game at mid and high level. Completely different fucking games. And I think when you have half of your player base that doesn't play the same game you're playing, yeah, you don't really want to fuck around. Like, oh, I want to have matches. Like, no. Like, at the end of the day, to me, playing high level Uni and NBC is immaculately annoying, and I don't think that's fun. And there's a completely different attitude between casual and hardcore players for both of those scenes, right? Like, nah. What about you, Mr. Honorable? Anything else to add? Because Codes is cooking.
I'm gonna let Codes cook for once.
Okay, all right. Codes, what else you got? You've been cooking hard.
No, I'm all cooked out right now. Ingredients, ovens off. I'm done.
Yeah, but in my opinion, I think Fatal Fury might be the biggest Discord fighter. I mean, I'm hoping because when you have Ronaldo, like, come on, bro. Like, that to me is the most wild part, bro. It's even funny is I think it'll be strong because, okay, PC Discord, but for console, like, whatnot. But yeah, I mean, DNF Duel it's weird. It's like, I think it's a really good Discord fighter in the sense that it's one of the best ones to just hop on and not get on a Discord. Whereas I think KO might be the reverse, but only for PC. I wonder what a good in-between will be for that.
Well, there is one game that I wish was a Discord fighter that it's even dead among Discord fighters, and you know what it is.
Or what are you thinking of? What you talking about?
He's better not say BB tag. I swear to God.
Million Arthur and Arcana Heart.
Oh, yeah, those are Omega dead. Those are dead. BB Tag's in a
Like, the
weird
only
spot.
the
It used to
only
be
place
a
I can
game
find
that you didn't need a Discord for, but
Okay,
now
against
you
Japan.
definitely do.
Like, I can only find matches at arcades in Japan, maybe. Otherwise, it's dead everywhere else.
Yep. Well, with that being said, thank you everybody for tuning in. This is actually a lot longer than the other videos. What's going on with that one? But I mean, it's a pretty big topic, and again, sucks that KOF. I mean,
All right. Make sure to check out Arcana Heart and Million Arthur.
more Million Arthur. Arcana Heart is definitely like a super. I mean, they're both super fun, but Million Arthur is like a better fighting game. Million Arthur is no. Arcana Heart is like a party game fighter, kind of like BB Tag, except BB Tag has some pretty good depth. I mean, so does Arcana Heart, but you just can't take Arcana Heart serious. BB Tag, I mean, you can. It's better not to. But yeah, with that, everyone said, remember
go to
every
your
day is
local-
great when you're chibi. Anything else, you two? Don't
I
outro,
said,
honorable. Don't
remember,
outro.
Go to your locals.
Thank you. Go to your locals.